All right, first to start today, we will begin by reviewing what we watched in part 1 yesterday. So I want you to go ahead and write all 6 of these problems down, and I want you to solve them on your own. And then you will go ahead and you will go through them in the Ed puzzle, and then I will write the answers down, okay? So go ahead, pause the video, do the problems, and then we will go through them really quickly on Ed puzzle. All right, for problem number 1, you should have gotten -5, 2, +13, 3, -19, 4, -1, 5, +20, and 6, -11. Now we're going to move on to solving when we have more than 2 integers and multiple operations. So as you see in the very first one there, we have -7 minus -12 minus 14. All I would do is I would add the opposite on each part. So I would be going and changing all of my subtraction to addition and changing the signs. So change subtraction to addition and opposite signs. Okay, so -7 plus 12, see that's a -12, we just made it a positive, plus, this is a +14, but we're taking that positive away and making it -14. Okay, so now I would do -7 plus 12. So -7 plus 12, 12 is bigger, so we're going to do 12 minus 7. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and keep the sign of the bigger number, which is positive. And then we're going to carry this with us since we didn't do anything with it. So 5 plus -14, okay? All right, so again, same thing. The 14 is bigger, so we're going to do 14 minus 5, which gives us 9. And we're going to keep the sign of the bigger number, which is that -14. So our answer is -9. All right. Let's try it on the next one. So again, first thing that we're going to do right off the bat is change to from subtraction to addition, and then we're going to make opposite signs. So again, this can be addition, and this can be addition. And then this sign becomes negative, and this sign becomes negative because they were positive to begin with. So let's write it over. -9 plus -16 plus -8. All right, so let's start with the first two. -9 plus -16. A negative plus a negative is just going to be more negative. I owe more money. And then 9 plus 16 is 25. We're rewriting this down, drop it down, so plus -8. Good thing is I have the same signs again, so a negative plus a negative, still negative, and 25 plus 8 is 33. Oops, 33. So -33 should be our answer. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next page. Okay, so here we have some that we're going to try on our own. Now, for the most part, I'm going to have you do the first one and the second one probably with me, and then the third and fourth one will be more on your own. So let's go ahead and look at that first one again. The first thing that we have to do is change it all to addition. So we're going to go -4 plus -20 plus -9, okay? So remember, we just add the opposite, Great job. Okay, -4 plus -20. So a negative plus a negative, still negative. 4 and 20 is 24. And then we just drop this down, plus -9. Okay, so good news, we have a negative plus a negative, still negative, And 24 plus 9, 33. Makes me wonder if that was the same problem as the last one. Okay, then let's go ahead and do number 2 together. Okay, so we're going to keep the first one, change it to addition, positive. And then we can keep, change, positive, negative. But there's no negative 0. In fact, this part of the problem doesn't even matter, because if you're adding 0 or subtracting 0 for something, you're not doing anything to it. So good news is this is just 2 problems. Okay, negative 8, this is rewritten, plus 6. All right, so we're going to take the big number minus the small number, 8 minus 6, and that is 2. And we keep the sign of the larger number, negative 2. Okay, go ahead and make sure you write 3 and 4 down and go ahead and try those on your own, and then I will go through them. Okay, for number 3, we're going to rewrite the problem. Keep, change, keep, change. Great job. So we have negative 14 plus negative 9 plus negative 36. Okay? So negative 14 plus negative 9 is negative 23 plus negative 36. Who came up with these numbers? Okay, so a negative plus a negative, still going to be negative. 23 plus 36 is going to be 59. So negative 59. Okay, now you should have tried number 4 as well. So we're going to keep, change, keep, change. Great. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the problem. 15 plus 20 plus negative 20. Okay, so I see this right here. Remember, those are additive inverses. 20 plus negative 20 makes it 0. So we end up with just 15 for our answer. Great job. Okay, so we're going to look at a couple word problems. On this first word problem, we're going to read through and we're going to highlight what's important. Okay, you begin to hike in Death Valley, California at an elevation of 86 meters, negative 86 meters, super important. So I'm going to highlight that. You hike to a point of elevation at 45 meters. Doesn't say that that's negative. So what is the change in elevation? This word is super important because when something changes, you're going to subtract it, okay? So we begin at an elevation of negative 86 meters. So negative 86, we have to write a problem, minus, because remember that word change means I'm subtracting, 45. Okay? Now we're going to keep, change. So negative 86 plus negative 45. Okay. 86 plus, okay, so a negative plus a negative, it's going to be more negative, and 86 plus 45, so 5, here I'm going to write this out so you guys have it, 86, 45, we just add them together. 6 and 5 is 11, carry the 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 131. Now, 131. Now, do you think that it would make sense to have the change be negative 131? Is that how far? Did we change by a negative amount? The answer is no. What happened was we climbed up because it was at negative 86 and then we went to 45 meters. So what we're doing here is we're taking the absolute value. So our change is 131 meters. Now, normally in class, I would require you to write more than one sentence. I would require you to tell me how you did it, and then I would require you to give me a sentence on what your answer is. So keep that in mind. You may want to think of that in your head. How did I solve this problem? Or how would I explain that I solved this problem? Okay? All right, go ahead and let's next one. You sell t-shirts for a fundraiser. It costs you $112 to have the t-shirts made. You make $98. What is your profit? Okay, first go ahead and highlight the important pieces of information. Costs you $112. Cost is important too. You make $98. And then what's your profit? That's assuming that I made a profit. Okay. You sell t-shirts at a fundraiser, so we're going to have to write some sort of expression for this. So it costs us $112. So that is negative 112. Remember when we talk about banking and a checking account, $112 is what I'm taking out so that I can do this. But I make $98. So plus $98 that I just made. Woohoo! And then it says, what is your profit? So we're going to do negative 112 plus 98. So the 112 is bigger, so we're going to do 112 minus 98. Okay? Borrow, so 0, 10, 12. Okay? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And 10 minus 9, 14. 14. But this is the kicker, guys. So here, the negative is bigger than the positive. So we did not have a profit. So if perhaps you were to get a question like this at some point during class, you would write, you did not make a profit. You lost $14, okay? In addition, remember you would want to continue to write how you found that out, okay? All right, for the last thing that you're going to need to do tonight, you need to come up with a word problem where you will subtract integers to share with the class tomorrow. You must be able to solve the problem. So my suggestion is write your problem and then solve your problem so that then you're ready for class tomorrow when you exchange problems. All right, thanks. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.